Angela went to the airport with her father. And when they got there, a terrible, terrible thing happened. You know what happened? Her father got lost. So Angela decided she needed to go look for him. So get out your airplanes. Angela went and she looked under airplanes for him. Can you guys look under airplanes for him? And it's okay if you don't get your airplane perfect. It's okay. And then she looked on top of airplanes. And then she looked beside airplanes. And he wasn't anywhere. So she decided the next thing she needed to do was go inside an airplane. And guess what? There was one whose door was wide open. But she had to climb 6 steps to get up there. Let's climb 6 steps. We're going to use our arm as the ladder. We're going to use these to climb. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way to the top. And then Angela went inside the airplane. But her father wasn't there. And nobody else was either. But she saw something amazing. Up in the very front of the airplane, there was a seat. And all around the seat were buttons. And Angela loved to push buttons. So she went up to the front and she sat in the seat. And then she said to herself, it's okay if I push just one button. Don't you think it's okay if I push just one button? And then Angela answered herself, oh, yes, it's okay. Yes, yes, yes. And then very slowly, Angela pushed the yellow button. Oops, that's not the button she pressed, is it? I don't think so, right? Very slowly, let's try that. Let me see if I can get it right this time, okay? Very slowly, Angela pushed the yellow button. And right away, the doors on the airplane shut. Then Angela said, it's okay if I push just one more button, just one more button. And then Angela answered herself, oh, yes, it's okay. Yes, 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 yes. So very slowly, Angela pushed the red button. And right away, the lights came on. Well, now Angela wanted to know what the green button did. And she said to herself, it's okay if I push just one button. Don't you think it's okay if I push just one more button? And then she said to herself, yes, it's okay. Yes, 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 yes. So very slowly, she pushed the green button. And the engines came on. Angela said, yikes! And then she just pressed all the buttons. And she took off in the plane. She looked out of the airplane window, and she was very high in the sky. And she didn't know what to do to get down. So she decided the only thing she knew to do was to push one more button. She pushed the black button. And it was the radio button. And a man came on and said, bring back that airplane, you thief, you. And Angela said, my name is Angela, and I'm 5 years old, and I do not know how to fly airplanes. And then the voice said, listen, Angela, very carefully, and we'll help you. So he told her, put her hands on the steering wheel in front. You guys do that too. And he said, very slowly, Angela, turn to the left. So very slowly, Angela pulled the steering wheel to the left, and the airplane very slowly did a big circle and went back to the airport. Once she was back over the airport, they said, now Angela, very carefully pull back on the steering wheel. And Angela very carefully pulled back on the steering wheel, and the plane started to go down. When it got to the runway, it bounced once. It bounced again. But then one of the wings scraped the ground, and the airplane crashed into a million little pieces. It left Angela just sitting on the ground. But she didn't even have a scratch. She was perfectly fine. And then she looked up, and all of these vehicles were coming towards her. There was a police car, or a bunch of police cars, ambulances, and fire trucks. And a bunch of people, and they were all running towards her. And in front of all the other people was Angela's father. And when he got to her, he grabbed her up, and he said, Angela, are you okay? And Angela said, yes. And then her father said, oh, Angela, the airplane's not okay. And Angela said, I know, I made a mistake. And then Angela's father said, Angela, you have to promise me you will never, ever fly an airplane again. And Angela said, I promise. And then Angela's father said, are you sure? And she said, I promise, I promise, I promise. And Angela didn't fly an airplane again for a very, very long time. But guess what? When she grew up, she didn't become a doctor, and she didn't become a nurse, and she didn't become a teacher or a secretary or a truck driver. Do you know what Angela became?
Airplane driver.
An airplane pilot, yes. And then she got to fly airplanes all the time, but she never crashed another one. The end.
Do it again.